Welcome back to the channel. A movement almost too small to notice, and the hunt is already underway. The snake does not rely on loud displays of strength. It waits, studies, and strikes in an instant. Every approach is measured with exact precision. And when the decisive moment arrives, everything can change faster than a blink. The ground squirrel has just fallen into its most vulnerable moment when a yellow mongoose suddenly appears. What seemed nearly settled instantly turns into a tense confrontation between speed and danger. The mongoose does not rush in recklessly. It forces the cobra to give ground little by little. At times, the one that changes everything is not the stronger one, but the one that arrives at exactly the right moment. Across the dry Karoo, two snake species meet in an atmosphere that feels tightly drawn. The Cape cobra keeps building pressure with extremely fast advances. While the puff adder holds its ground and waits for the right moment to respond. There is no room for error on such open ground. As night falls, another quiet hunting rhythm begins. The monocled cobra moves forward slowly, drawing the toad deeper into a circle of silence and pressure. Without needing much movement at all, the predator turns the entire frame tense. Nature can exist very close to human life, yet it never becomes any less unforgiving. The young meerkats are still learning how to read every signal of danger in the desert. But this time, the lesson arrives with little warning as the cobra appears right in front of them. From that first hesitation, the group gradually tightens into a remarkably brave defensive circle. One meerkat is focused on foraging, completely unaware that danger has already slid in behind it. The cobra chooses that exact moment to move closer, leaving the gap between safety and danger extremely narrow. Then the group rushes in, pulling their own back from the edge through fierce coordination. The first moment is still a cautious exchange, but the balance shifts almost immediately. The mongoose needs only one sudden counter to turn the tension into a clear advantage. Everything happens so fast, as if the cobra has not even finished its warning display before the other side reaches the decisive point. The rat snake carries an appearance that might make many mistake it for something even more formidable. But to the king cobra, that look earns no hesitation at all. From the moment it identifies the target, it maintains steady pressure, as if the outcome has already been set in motion. The snake is caught on a tree branch, hanging in the air like an opportunity nature has left behind by accident. The eagle sees the rare chance at once, knowing it cannot afford to let it slip away. Hunger pushes the opossum to take greater risks with every step of its search for food. But beneath the harmless-looking layer of dry leaves lies an entire family of snakes, almost perfectly concealed. What begins as a simple attempt to find a small meal suddenly becomes a confrontation, where one wrong step is enough to make everything tense. This is no longer a meeting between a hunter and an easier target, but a contest between two genuine dangers. The cottonmouth moves with great speed and takes control of the critical point of the encounter. As if fully aware that even a brief release could come at a serious cost. The rattlesnake still carries enough ability to respond and shift the entire balance. The cuckoo bird moves in with complete decisiveness, as if it knows the opportunity will not appear a second time. But after the successful move, the real challenge begins. Because the red snake is far larger than an ordinary food source. The snake lies so still that it nearly disappears into the ground, leaving only its tail moving like a false signal aimed at the lizard's instincts. All of the tension gathers in the moment the prey steps closer on its own. Never realizing it is being drawn in. This kind of strategy shows that nature is not only harsh, but also remarkably precise. The anaconda is often surrounded by stories that reduce it to little more than a symbol of fear. But the deeper one goes into the world of this giant constrictor, the more complex and quiet the picture becomes. Behind that massive body lies not only strength, but also a level of subtle behavior that invites a fresh look at old assumptions. The mouse keeps moving forward with a brief sense of ease, while the safe distance has quietly been closing without notice. The entire moment is stretched tight by stillness, as if danger itself is holding its breath for one exact step. For many reptiles, patience is the most effective hunting tool of all. This is actually a reversed video showing an African rock python releasing what it had taken in, rather than swallowing it within seconds. That confusion is what makes this moment noteworthy in a different way. Not because it is sensational, but because it shows how easily images can mislead perception. The dog is caught under intense pressure, and that image alone is enough to make the air feel heavy. Its owner rushes in to intervene in a situation where every movement carries enormous pressure. At that point, the moment is no longer just a confrontation, but a brief race between composure and panic. The Alaskan dog holds its ground with clear determination, but the snake ahead gives away no easy opening. One side edges forward through curiosity and reflex, while the other answers with a warning that seems to slow the entire air around them. The frog pushes back with everything it can, making the struggle with the grass snake last far longer than expected. At times, the situation seems to open a path out, only to close again in the very next motion. That persistence makes the moment feel heavier than usual, because neither side gives way. The snake keeps twisting in the eagle's talons, as if still trying to hold on to one final opening. But high above, the predator's control remains too steady, causing each effort to resist to grow smaller with time. The moment is not loud, only tense, with the feeling that opportunity is slowly closing beneath wings, too dominant to escape. In nature, there are moments so brief that they still reveal the full difference between the one that rules the sky and the animal below. The eagle approaches the snake with steady control, never rushing, yet never giving the other side time to turn the situation around. Every movement shows that it understands exactly where the safe distance lies and which point must be controlled first. At the surface, the venomous sea snake still seems protected by the depth below. But the sea eagle drops in with remarkable precision, lifting the target away from the environment that had been its greatest support. That single contact is enough to turn the entire encounter around. In the wild, losing the right terrain often means losing the advantage as well. The southern ground hornbill enters the hunt without seeming overly hurried, yet every movement and controlling action is firm and deliberate. Even a venomous snake struggles to hold the advantage against a beak that is both powerful and precise. The more closely it is watched, the more this appears to be not just raw force, but technique refined by nature to a remarkable degree. The grass snake closes in so cleanly that it gives the prey almost no time to create space. Everything happens so quickly that the hunt feels as though it had already been decided. Some of the least dramatic moments still reveal just how sharp hunting instinct can be. The eagle and the black mamba become locked in an intense struggle, with neither able to break free easily. Then lions suddenly appear, throwing the entire scene into immediate chaos. In just a few seconds, what began as a one-on-one confrontation turns into a situation where every earlier advantage is completely overturned. The larger snake maintains firm control, leaving the smaller opponent with less and less room to turn the situation around. The frame is not loud, but the pressure rises with every passing movement. In the world of snakes, there are times when the difference in size alone is enough to pull the balance clearly to one side. In the world of snakes, everything happens fast, with precision, and with almost no chance to correct a mistake. Just one right moment, or one wrong one, is enough to change the entire outcome. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. If more dramatic confrontations like these are worth exploring, please subscribe to the channel so the next video will not be missed.